So c4, knight f6, knight c3, e6. Nakamura is ready for the Mykonos, yeah? So
well, for more or less anything. Mykonos for Nimzo if white goes d4,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, but I mean basically this move order was not that fashionable because of e4.
Because of e4, right.
But in the last 2 years somehow black started to be doing very well in this Mykonos and white failed to prove any advantage. So it's kind of logical that black started to use this more and more often.
Knight f3.
Knight f3, d5, and Nepo says, no, thank you very much, I don't want any queen's gambit.
No queen's gambits, no Ragozin, nothing. Okay, the Ragozin is not Hikaru's repertoire opening.
Yeah.
Bishop e7, b3,
b3,
right?
c5, cd.
Interestingly, that's the stuff a lot of top players started to do. I mean, playing knight f3, c4, e3, and then
b3,
acting accordingly. I mean, I believe it all started with Karyakin winning against Vichy in Moscow Candidates when he went knight f3, d5,
e3, yeah.
Right, which by that time was as a shocker, right? I mean, he was saying like, I was preparing for this tournament, I've prepared a lot of openings, and then essentially he played something like, it's not an opening at all, knight f3, e3. But then Mamedyarov started to do that, and a lot of other players.
Yeah.
And essentially the idea is, as we can see on a screen, so you develop the bishop on long diagonal, you play h4 somewhere, jump to g5, play queen c2 and give mate. Bishop b2, knight takes, bishop takes.
Yes, castles h4.
h4. I wish it would be as easy as I just described it.
Bishop f6.
Bishop f6.
And queen c2.
And yeah, a bishop f6 was not...
Nepo won a very important game against Bakro in the last round of the Olympics. In Batumi against Bakro.
Right.
And I guess Hikaru has studied that game for sure, because it's part of his repertoire also as white. I mean, he plays a lot, especially in Blitz, he plays a lot of knight f3, e3, b3, c4s. So I'm very interested to see how he handles this.
He has taken on c3, dc3.
And probably he wants to go knight d7, would be my guess, to go knight f6, but knight d7 allows long castle. But would you really go long castle? Then I go queen e7. Okay. Wow. Having said that, he just played knight c6. This somewhat surprises me, because I thought that, wow, how clever was what Hikaru did. And somehow, feeling-wise, I thought that, probably he wants knight d7.
Not to compromise the structure on the king side, right?
Yes.
So my biggest concern here after knight c6 is, what happens if I just go knight g5?
Well, he didn't do it.
Do I really force black to play g6?
Or f5?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not the end of the world, because I really do lose time.
Yeah, you also lost time, and you also weakened your structure, and the black queen will come to f6.
Yeah, queen f6, and then probably this knight will be simply kicked away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what Nepo did? Bishop d3?
Bishop d3, yeah. Asking a question.
By the way, f5 anyways, which is, once again, I would maybe consider h6, but they know better.
Yeah, exactly. Somehow they... I mean, Hikaru did spend time, but still not that much. It indicates me that he still kind of knows what he is doing. Yeah.
And Nepo is simply on more time that he initially had. And castle long, with no hesitation. Optically, it looks, well, very nice for white, I would say, no?
Okay, if you would have a pawn on b2 and king on b1, we would say that white's position is probably winning, yeah?
Close to winning, yeah.
Yeah, but with the pawn on b3 and the c5, c4 pawn sacrifice hanging in the air,
c4
bc, b4, kind of this idea is in the position. I don't know if I should be doing it immediately, or maybe I have time to waste or prepare it with rook b8. Because rook b8 can be also, that's why I guess Hikaru is spending his time.
Yeah, it's like clearly black, I mean, if we are discussing which pawns we would like to move backward, it's black wouldn't mind to move f5, f7 at some point, and white, of course, would prefer the pawn on b2.
The
Yes.
point is that if you play rook b8, maybe do I have this move knight e5 with the idea that after knight e5,
Knight
rook
takes,
e5,
rook takes. There is
c4,
no C4.
I have bishop takes c4.
Yeah, there is no C4.
However, you can retreat here with queen c7 and probably you will still get c5, c4.
Right, you attack the...
Yeah, okay, I go
It's
here
very
queen
tricky,
e2.
queen e2.
And now c4 I feel it's too slow because then my bishop comes with check, I enter with rook e7 and I'm way too active.
Yeah.
So a lot to think about. On the other hand, c5, c4 is a pawn
Here.
sacrifice, but also a very, very promising one. I mean, you feel that
looks
it's
quite promising, yeah?
it's back to be played, yeah, kind of. Can I play maybe c5 or that's too much?
Wait, knight d4 by
Or
any
knight d4.
chance?
Knight d4. Knight
By
d4
any
is
chance, knight d4. No, but wait, you take on c3 then?
then knight c6. You cover b8.
There is no rook b8
Yeah,
check.
exactly.
Yeah, so
That's
we
what
can show this
yeah,
variation.
that's what I
Knight
miss.
c6, check on a3,
Check,
king
king
b1,
b1.
there is no rook b8.
And you don't know where to develop the bishop, and I have queen b3 set already.
Yeah, the next move will be queen b3.
Yeah.
All right, so
So yeah, a very, very interesting moment. Rook he1.
knight e5, knight
Yeah,
takes,
it was a
rook
very
takes.
principal way.
All the variation. Queen e2 was the last move played by Nepo, and he's still on more time than he
He played
initially
queen
had.
e2. Yeah.
He's
Just
on
as
16 minutes. And then after c4, what do we do?
well, after c4,
We can take...
I thought I can take, but also I can play bishop c2.
Yeah, bishop c2 also looks attractive because, I mean...
I mean, white's position look very attractive
White's
because
position looks very
white has the
attractive,
total control. Okay, yes, my king is a little bit shaky, but with this bishop on c8, you don't feel like black has enough time to create counter chances. And in worst case scenario, I have some rook e7, queen e5 coming
With-
up,
with
having a
better
very
endgame,
nice
yeah.
endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
c4 was played by Hikaru. The problem in this position as well is that he has started to spend time and he... I mean, he's under sort of a time pressure. 8 minutes is enough for Hikaru. We know how fast he can be, but when you see your opponent being at 14, 15, psychologically, you want to make a move a little bit faster.
Yeah, and also you are not satisfied with your position because it's one thing you have less time, but you feel like I'm compensating it with a good position, so I have bonus. Time is not that huge factor, but here if you are not feeling comfortable and you know that a very tough defense awaits you, and then being low on time, this is already a little bit too much.
Okay, c4. So how do we react to c4? We can still...
Play with king b2, but exactly in this position you don't necessarily feel like you need to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just go b4. I'm thinking, do I want to?
Yeah, that's a question because before a5, maybe I will get some counterplay on the a file. So strangely enough,
king b2.
played,
So
yeah?
it actually comes to
Yeah.
the same.
yeah, I like this more. Yeah, because b4 looks very tempting, but then in 2 seconds you realize that then you create target.
Yeah, a5, and then he will open the a file. It's like I might come to this idea with b4 a bit later, right?
Yeah.
Because the point of b4 essentially is that I will be, okay, I will not say winning, but I will be better in any single endgame that is possible out of this position. And endgame at the moment, I believe it's black who inclines to simplify somehow, to go to an endgame, because in a couple of moves, like if rook e7 happens, you will be asking for an endgame with black.
I mean, so there are some ideas, just queen e3 followed by rook e7, and then mating attack coming already on with queen g5. So,
or maybe to start with, there is queen c5. Yeah? Actually, he's threatening rook c7 immediately, now that I realize, because queen f4, now he has rook d4.
Yeah, and it's no check anymore.
So king b2 is a nice move, in fact.
6, getting out of this tempo. Okay, this position requires now very precise calculation, because if black would be able to exchange the bishops, it would be
great, right?
It would be great, but then after rook e6, not only rook e6, but the pawn on a6 gets vulnerable. So the bishop on d7 might look passive, but it keeps black's position together. In this sense, g takes f5, but g takes f5 opens already so many
queen
fronts.
g3, yeah, it's really terrible. I mean, maybe the question is if not if black can play bishop f5 if it's good or not. Maybe he just has to play bishop f5.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking, gf5 check on g3 and
Yeah, but I mean,
might as well
for
resign.
example, this bishop takes f5, bishop
Yeah.
takes f5,
The point
rook
was to
takes
take with the
f5.
rook, yes.
Yeah, rook e6, queen takes f4. I can just play this endgame as well. Maybe I can even do, because you even have to go there, for
No,
example.
maybe to
okay.
f8, or I was getting mated somehow.
I thought that maybe, but doesn't really matter, I think. Yeah,
King f8.
the question
You mean
was,
takes on a6?
yeah, but then you give a check,
Yeah, I'll start giving checks.
and you go here.
Rook c2, rook
but I go here.
b6, check, king a2, and this should be winning.
Yeah,
Should be completely winning. Two connected passed pawns.
yeah. So basically, this is the problem Black is facing. That after bishop f5,
Yeah, after
you
bishop
might
f5,
just
yeah.
lose in an endgame without any counter chances.
Okay. And yeah, Naka perfectly understands that, but on the other hand, don't you take on f5? I mean, it's just then just lost immediately. So, is it good or bad? But he decided to take gf5. So now a check from g3 to follow. Yeah, king f7 is, I believe, strictly only move. Yeah, otherwise rook goes back and then just the mate. Okay, so now it feels like there should be some decisive punch, but even though I don't see one. Bishop d1, bishop h5 would have been nice, but then the bishop is getting taken on the way.
Yeah, I mean, okay, you can also maybe just
by the way-
return with the rook,
By the way, what
but
about
also taking on f5.
yeah? What about materialistic approach? What if we take the pawn on f5?
But okay, then one gets the feeling if you don't mate me, I might start giving perpetual.
Yeah.
But it feels like it. I mean, this with queen is
This is happening. Yeah,
This
I'm
is
mating
over.
you.
Yeah.
So that's the position we have, right? So wait, how was it? Queen f3, rook h8.
Yeah,
all right.
rook d5, queen e7.
But how does he win?
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
the
this
feeling
is
that the fact that he allowed rook h8 is actually kind of in black's favor.
well, definitely,
F2.
because if you don't lose immediately, then
Okay, he went queen f2 now,
queen f2,
covering
yeah.
the second
No, okay.
rank, and
no, it all makes sense. After all, I mean, black's position is so hopeless that
yeah, the problem with black's position that it's, I mean, if you make an imprecise move with white, it's still not enough. Yeah,
Yeah.
So black is never out of the woods. Rook e5, queen d7 has already happened. But now, on the other hand, I have to praise Nakamura.
no,
I mean,
definitely.
Okay, all of us know how to, how to organize counterplay and to counter attack your opponent. And obviously Nakamura is very good in this regard. But how to defend this kind of positions? Well, it's like weaknesses only. You don't have anything else but the weaknesses. And somehow for already quite some time, he manages to keep everything together. And then, yeah, rook e1 was played, right?
Yeah, rook e1 was played. Yeah.
And once again, it looks like it's not updating, right?
I mean, the position is still probably very bad, but it looks much better than it was.
Not that many moves happen. I think
Yeah,
we left
rook
it
e1,
and
rook h6, this, queen c5, queen f3, and queen c7.
so it's like first active move, and then he
I
resigned.
know, probably king g6, queen e5, no? Or not, or he resigned already?
No, he resigned over here. Yeah, but essentially it
Yeah,
doesn't
but king
matter.
g6 also, yeah, I mean, okay, it's just completely lost.
Doesn't matter
yeah,
what
queen
he
e5, yeah.
what he does. It's queen e5. Yeah, it looks like queen e5. So that
So we
means-
have been praising Hikaru for great defense,
And then
and
we
I think he was defending very well. The problem was that the position was awful.
Position was so
I mean,
bad.
even 20 good defending moves. I know we see the end of the game, yeah, because king
So
g6,
this
queen
is
e5, and okay, here it's over clearly, but it went till checkmate. Yeah.